guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here, and I really do appreciate your time. I am going to be doing a quick reaction video to the Naia Jaxn's very bizarre whatever she called herself doing. I guess she's posting her version of her content. And look, before I get into my commentary about this, I just want to say that while I don't feel like she did anything in particularly different from when anybody else has posted their content on TikTok, just those videos that people film themselves all day, those lifestyle bloggers, and to me it feels a bit cringy, but I understand at this point people make money on social media posting videos that I would think nobody would want to see. I don't look at this as any different from that. So I just wanted to say that she's probably doing her Christian version of showing herself in prayer with God, her personal Bible study that she's having. However, with the things that have already come out and like the reputation that she already has regarding her husband's behavior, this is a bit bizarre. I don't know. It's very strange. I'm going to play the clip and I'm going to give my reactions as I'm watching the video. I think that will be the best way to do this. So let's get into it right now. It says he will not leave you or forsake you, Hebrews 13:5. So she's saying this while in the background on her TV or on her monitor she has pulled up a picture of her husband's YouTube channel, her ex-husband's YouTube channel, and then to the side of that I think she has a family photo in gold, and then she's holding the Bible, and then I guess she's singing along with this song. The song is about having a personal relationship with God, like how great it is to have devotions. And again, all of this is not a problem within itself. The sort of idea of her trying to promote to young women, like, you know, have your personal time with God, have your own relationship with God, have that personal, real living relationship with God. I am not going to sit here and fault her for that. It's just within context of what we see her publicly going through, this feels a bit off. It feels a bit kooky, you know. But let's continue. This whole bonnet of salvation that she keeps doing and showing that she's like, I don't know. I'm sorry. I have my Hero Academia shorts. I'm just cute from the torso up. But no, like honestly, I think that all of this is not helping her. It's not helping the things that people are already saying about her on social media. She looks like unhinged. She looks kind of like delusional, I guess you could say. Again, I understand that in her mind, she feels like, oh, everybody else can put out videos where they're, you know, showing how they make their kids bottles or how they paint their nails or how they, you know, do whatever menial activities people do and record themselves doing on social media and post it on TikTok for lifestyle content. That's probably what she's thinking that she's doing here, that she's doing the same type of thing. It's just focused on God and being a Christian. This looks crazy, but let's continue. Wanna put you at the top of my list. Wanna walk it like I talk it. Wanna give you everything. Please tell me that you're rocking with. So she has on her to-do list, which is again going with the lyrics of the song by Corinne Hawthorne, "Speak to Me." In the song, she's talking about putting God on the top of her list, and then she shows this list that she's made. It says to do: Father, Son, Holy Spirit, kids, ministry, business, friends and family, entertainment. And again, this is not, if this is her personal choice, how she has chosen to order her life, that's completely up to her. But again, within context of everything that's going on between her and her husband and everything that has already transpired, this makes her look crazy. I'm just being very honest. And I don't mean crazy like loony crazy. I mean like it's like on social media, as much as people already like find reasons to criticize people, put them down, talk about their looks, pick apart their lives, giving people this sort of fodder to continue to make fun of you, it doesn't work. Like, she's basically giving people material to continue to make memes of her. And I don't know if this is intentional at this point. Like, if she feels like, oh, well, as long as people are talking about me, then they can pay attention to my podcast and other things that she has going on, as well as in her mind feel like, oh, I'm bringing them closer to the Lord by, okay, let's continue. Um, this is the unhinged part of this video. Again, I understand that in her mind, she feels like showing vulnerability and highlighting what it's like to have a real live relationship with God, and you go through things and you cry, you scream, you feel like crap. I understand that that's what she's trying to communicate, but that's not what's actually being communicated. What she looks like is she looks like she's crazy. Like, I don't know any other way to describe it. Like, I genuinely don't. Let's continue. So that was the end of the video, and at the very end of the video, it shows herself crying, and then she has a scripture that talks about how God is a friend to the brokenhearted. The issue with this is, and this is why I do try to have conversations with women when I'm in spaces where women are talking and discussing their relationship with God and how they reconcile that with being a modern young woman in this day and age. And as someone who I consider myself a Christian, I'm a non-traditional Christian though. I do understand that there is a need to have a relationship with God. There is a need to show that and to be that representation. I understand her maybe wanting to try to take up that representation on social media and to be like a Christian influencer, so to speak. And I understand that that's probably where her motivation comes from. However, again, because her husband has utterly embarrassed her on the internet so many times, has made her look like this docile doormat where he can just openly do whatever he wants, he can just treat her however he wants, and it almost seemed to give him permission to be even more wild once stuff started to come out about him, because he didn't have to work so hard to maintain his Christian image. And so now he can really be out there and really do what he want to do now, because he don't have to make everyone think that he's a good upstanding husband, and he don't have to show up and pretend to be a good husband to her. So sometimes things happen in our lives where it's so painful, it's so frustrating, it's so gut-wrenching and heartbreaking that we do kind of question if there is a God, how did this happen? Like, if God does love me, if God is in my life, if he does care about me, why did he allow, or quote unquote allow, this to happen to me? And I think that's kind of what she is trying to get at, but show her strength in the Lord to other people versus, openly showing herself to be defeated and sad. However, I think what she's not understanding is that she does not come off that way. It doesn't come off that way. It doesn't come off as she has victory in the Lord. It's coming off as if she is a typical delusional Christian woman who has allowed herself to be in this position, first of all, because she probably was putting God before her husband and neglecting her marriage. Now she finds herself in this space where her husband has ran off with a woman that will be considered less righteous or less clean or less godly than her. And now she's left posting these cringy videos, and it's just not the representation that I know that she probably thinks that it is. I cannot tell anybody what their walk with God should or shouldn't be like, or how it will go, or I can't. I cannot say what you should or shouldn't be doing. But what I can say is God is not the God of confusion and nonsense and just a lot of the stuff that people do or say or promote as Christians. It doesn't have anything to do with God. It's more about their own personal ideas and their own personal, I guess, what they feel God is leading them to do. And all I can say to you is you don't want to be in a place in your life where your relationship with God is stopping you from enjoying other aspects of your life. Because that to me automatically is a sign that your relationship with God is more about your works and your behavior and the performance of being a Christian, rather than actually having a relationship with God where he ministers to you and he presses upon your heart the things that he will and won't allow you to do. Because a lot of times, especially in the black church, Christianity comes down to a performance. So it's the way that you dress in service, how loud you praise, or how well you shout, and all these other things that people are looking for as markers to prove to other people that you're a good Christian. But if her whole post is about having a personal relationship with God, I feel like God would have told her. I feel like God would have whispered to her, and however he comes to her, that doing this type of things is not edifying to me, and it does not make you look better. How can I, or you're giving me more that I have to do when I come in and I comfort you and I make you feel better, because you keep putting yourself out there to be laughed at, to be made fun of. I think that she thinks, well, probably I've been pushed out. I put out in the public. My marriage has been put out in the public. I don't really have a choice anyway, so I'm gonna do it my way. And again, I understand that. However, I don't feel like this is the best way for her to present herself. I think she has already been embarrassed enough by her husband, and she doesn't need any more help, even if it's self-inflicted. Maybe she should, I don't know, express in some other way that she's holding on, that God is keeping her, that God is allowing her to come through her storm and have the victory, rather than doing this, because that is it's almost a mockery. And what it's gonna do in most cases is encourage people who already look at Christianity as a joke to further mock and be blasphemous towards the idea of having a personal relationship with God, of having morning devotions where you just talk to God and you're vulnerable and you're open. It makes a joke of it. It doesn't make it removes all of the credence of having that type of relationship and engaging in that type of practice. That's really how I feel about this. I really feel bad for the young lady. I can't imagine what it would be like to be in her situation, to not only just go through that in general, because it's always heartbreaking when you find out that someone is cheating on you, or you find out that the marriage that you thought you had, you didn't. And now you have to just find a way to move on. You have to find a way to accept that this person was not here for you the way you were here for them. But to go through that on such a public scale, to have so many people know of what happened, and to be able to laugh and point and mock you and come to your page and leave horrible comments, and all of that adds an extra layer. And I can't imagine what that would be like as a woman, to be going through such a public embarrassment, and it seems like it's never ending. Yeah, that's how I feel about this entire matter. Please comment below if you're feeling what I'm saying. Make sure that you have that notifications bell turned on so you don't miss any of my videos or anything that I may post. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.